the AD carry, Valdemori, commonly known also as Mammon Feet. Mechanically, he's one of the best AD carries in these Discord leagues. He can dodge, he can click so fast. This guy is insane. He's much better than his solo queue rank tells about him, and he is the superstar moving into this tournament. And another player that really deserves an acknowledgement is the mid laner, Danny 8x8. I think we have casted this guy a couple of times in the Gucci streams before and in SLE streams, and he's a big improvement, big star for the squad as well, playing like many of those low range kind of champions, maybe some assassins and things like that. Other players cannot be outshined as well. The WAP, one of the best names we have here, is a huge engaged player, recently being kind of like focusing on more Enchanter players, but I know him he's best for his like Nautilus and Rel and Night Fury. Well, Bombolek wasn't a bad player, but Night Fury is a master tier jungler, and individually and bringing a lot of competitive experience to this struggling squad. Maybe it was struggling in the SLE, end of SLE, I would say, but overall, this squad can do a lot of damage, and I think quite deservedly they are the known as the best team in going into this tournament.
Yeah. Sorry, stream. I just realized I was like looking at the draft and I was like, we don't play these champs. I mean, we do, but like we wouldn't pick them. And then I was like, oh, I think. And then so swap them around. So yeah, Mika's draft is completed. Talk to me about these picks, because I've seen a R5 that personally I hate this champion. Every time I see it, it just doesn't do anything. Every time I play with it, it just loses. It is against Camille, so the matchup is good. You block auto attacks literally, so against Camille it's great, and you can shield up the Zeri. But yeah, talk to me about the draft, because Vadamori on Jinx, absolute beast. This guy is a fundamental monster. Whilst he may lack like necessarily firepower or star player power that, you know, a lot of the top 80 carries do have, he ticks all the boxes for fundamentals, and for an 80 carry that essentially means you are just going to be better than most 80 carries in your role.
Yeah, and he's set up to carry this game as well. Champion, I would say Jinx is a champion that there's no other champion that can carry as hard as this 80 carry, and Mammon Feet, Van Mori picking up this champion is going to be set up to do a lot of damage this game. But meanwhile, on the other side, I have to say, we were ranting about Black Manta giving Gucci's rebreed his famous Syndra, and we were thinking, oh, he might not get it ever again this tournament, but next game, Syndra again.
Yeah, Syndra is in the hands once again of Rebreathe, and yeah, the challenge here is, you just saw what he could do in that last game, most damage in the game. He was getting kills left, right, center. But understandably for the side of Beast team, a lot of teams have done this, is they first pick the Orianna just because of how powerful that champion is. And so if you can first pick that, you don't necessarily have to be worried about the Syndra, because you can see they banned out the Xerath, which is a good pick into Orianna, and they've left the Syndra open because they know 100% that they were going to be one that pick. Gucci opted to take away the Bel'Veth from Night Fury, completely understandably so. They took off Varus, who's a massive pick in this tournament so far, and the Yasuo away from Danny 8x8. And so, as a result of that, the Orianna did get left open, and it's such a strong pick as just get locked in for Danny 8x8.
Yeah, absolutely, and we will see how this matchup, how this counter pick maybe turns out to be. Yeah, they did know that Rebreed most likely will pick the Syndra, so they are prepared for this, and a champion that I think really synergizes quite well with Orianna, and especially in this mid lane against Syndra, is the Jarvan. Very difficult for Syndra to stop all of the Jarvan tools, and after that it's very easy for Orianna to follow up with hair damage. So Rebreed is in a pretty difficult position here, but so far he has been, if not the best, but definitely one of the best performing players of this tournament, and yeah, I'm excited to see him again. And another excited pick I'm excited for is Alcarin's Zeri. He's really known for this champion. I think he's best known for two champions. It is Zeri and the Misfortune. And Misfortune maybe not in the strongest state, but Zeri definitely a pickable champion paired with the Lulu. And yeah, he will need to do a lot in this game to match up against Vademori's Jinx. And we all know how much he can do on that champion.
Yeah, he can do so much. Yeah, Vademori is one of my favorite players actually around this amateur scene. Someone who,
same big fan.
Yeah, just a bit of a spoiler. I will find a way to try and get him as to be a cheap player at some point. I really like the way he plays, but yeah, because I want to talk about the stakes of this game, because I'm currently looking. I have the standings on my other screen. Currently, these two rosters, they are locked in to progress further into the tournament. But I'm taking a look at the other group right now. It currently stands like this. First place, UB Tonasti. Second place, Snackpack. And then third, fourth is Black Lotus and Silver Phoenix. If you're Gucci and Beast Team Esports, right, you're almost like, give me that Black Lotus Silver Phoenix matchup. You do not want to be paired up. You don't want to get matched up against Snackpack or UB Tonasti in the next round. That's going to be a very difficult best of series. And you're almost like, please, please, please get a good placing in for Beast Team. They drop this game, and Emerald Punishers or Black Manta win the next one, and they're 3-3. So Beast Team, they need to win because, as I said, getting a difficult matchup next round, it's a best of series. Teams like UB Tonasti and Snackpack, that's where they specialize in best of 5 series or best of 3. I don't know exactly know what the format is, but yeah, and we've seen that, like, teams like Black Lotus and Silver Phoenix, they can struggle in I mean, Black Lotus in the playoffs of SLE, they just got wiped 3-0 thanks to a really insane jungler. But Silver Phoenix, they didn't even make playoffs, right? So if those are the two teams that either of these guys want to play against, you're almost like, yes, please, and you definitely don't want to match up against the stronger two teams in that group.
Absolutely, and Gucci is not in risk to face some of those two teams. I think they are guaranteed a matchup against the third or fourth place team from Group 2. But Black, Beast Team Esport is absolutely in threat of that. Black Manta is playing right now their last matchup of the day against Eutopia, and Eutopia is currently 0-4. And I don't want to write them off, but I would say there's a high chance of Black Manta winning that game. And if Gucci is able to defeat Beast Team Esports here, Black Manta will have them advantage in the head-to-head against Beast Team, meaning Beast Team will be relegated to the third place. That means they will face against the second team of the other group, which most likely will be the Snackpack, and that is not a team you want to face in the quarterfinals. So a lot to play for Beast Team, not as much to play for Gucci, but the Gucci definitely will try their best to secure an undefeated group round in the Manta Cup.
Yeah, they will, but I guess the one thing that Gucci needs to be careful of, just as you said there, the stakes are very low for them. I mean, they're basically through. They might as well just like go and grab some coffee. You know, I'm sure their comms are very light-hearted right now, but on the side of Beast Teams, they know how important this game is. They know that they need to get this game as a win, just in case that Black Manta don't hit another W on their score sheet, so that it becomes a sticky situation where they might have to drop to third, and as you said, face against Snackpack as a potential, because, you know, that's a difficult matchup to have. And I mean, as much as that is a bad situation for them, it's a good scenario because Gucci, like, as I said, there's no pressure. They're through. They're gonna face a bottom 2 team of the opponent group, and it's almost like, what really is there to play for here other than bragging rights essentially, or that top spot, which I don't know if they get that anyway if Beast Team wins. I'm not sure how that one works. But
No, they don't. Then Beast Team goes first,
okay.
and they go second.
Oh yeah, of course, head to head. So. Yeah, I guess in that sense there is something to play for, but in comparison to what Beast Team have, no, I didn't. Wait, actually, it's not even. There you go. Yes, we're in game. Oh, don't worry, guys. This is just a spectator bug when a game is paused. So, but yeah, Mikas, based off draft alone, is there one side that you're going to give your win over to than the other?
Well, if I would have like no name tags, I would actually give it to Beast team here. I think they have drafted themselves a lot of strong champions in this level of play with the Jinx, with the Jarvan, Orianna combo. I'm quite sure Miko here in top lane can perform very well onto the Camille as well, even though Camille has not been one of the best champions so far in this Manta Cup. But that being said, Rebreed is on Syndra. He is, I think, has a very, very high win rate on this champion. Similarly to Algren, I think he's also great on this champion, on this Zeri. Lots of Gucci players have picked a very good comfort champions for them. Even Los Moderato, I think he's a big Shine fan as well. So that being said, I would want to give it to Chi, knowing the players, but if we give only off the draft, I would give it to Beast team.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment of the situation. I do think that draft here from Beast Team Esports. Let's say the game does travel to a latter part. They were going to have such a big advantage. Vadamori on the Jinx, Danny 8x8 on the Orianna. They hit those late game team fights, combo up with Night Fury on the Jarvan. It's going to be really lethal once those items come in, but I mean, we'll have to wait and see if they can get to that point, because so far in the games, it looks like this Gucci squad don't give much time for the opponent to scale up into the late game, as they are so aggressive once that mid game hits.
Yeah, so I'm just waiting here for Gucci's level 2 to proc. Vap actually losing a lot of HP here, and interesting thing I have noticed in this tournament so far is that Jesse, being the enchanter expert, is actually going for the relic shield in many of these matchups, really favoring this support. Starting item. Meanwhile, some of the other supports are going for the spell thieves, and so far the relic shield is looking like the stronger starting item during this tournament, at least.
Yeah, I guess it's just a little bit more safety, especially with an enchanter. It does make sense. They lost the cannon. Just want to point that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, lanes looking very even all across the board, except the top lane. Los Moderato in a bit of a deficit, 60s to.
Oh, okay, you got it.
There was a big man looking into him, so he'll catch up on the number itself. I don't expect much to be happening in the early game. Actually, as I say that, Los Moderato gets a taunt on to Miku under the turret. I am not saying his in-game name. That's just...
yeah. It's Miku. It's not Miku. The game. Miku, yeah.
Yeah, I don't expect much to be happening in the early game here between both teams. Essentially, there's scaling all across the board. So expect a quiet early game this time around.
Yeah, but Gucci is really looking to set up this top lane gank, and the charm, the taunt lands, but this Camille should.
Oh my god, Yasa is gonna predict Miku. Go for the play. Los Moderato flashes forward. One last auto attack is gonna secure first blood. That's the Rebel Link's top side, comboing up to get the kill. Rebreathe now, getting jumped on by Night Fury, but it's a very healthy Syndra, so we'll be able to just walk away there. And we said, just as I said, not much happening in the early game. Instantly, first blood happens on the top side for Gucci.
Yeah, and even getting the Scuttle Crab here as well, a small victory as well there, and Rebreathe just avoiding the gank without blowing any summoner spells. Meanwhile, Los Moderato is going to miss yet another cannon for Gucci in a classic Gucci tradition.
And I feel like this was a repeat of their first game of the day, where Los Moderato gets a kill, enemy TP's back, and then just loses a trade straight away without Los Moderato having to recall yet. Bit of a different story. He can't just randomly build himself a bar meter. So he will have to get a reset off once this wave is pushed in. But yeah, Los Moderato really showing up this tournament.
Yeah, I'm not saying that Los Moderato, before I say my piece, I'm not saying that Los Moderato needs it, but Shen really known as a champion that you can just out-damage and outplay lots of these maybe meta top liners quite easily, and Yeah, it's sometimes advised for players that are not good top laners to just pick Shen and constantly fight and go around the map. And yeah, I think this champion is a bit underrated even for skilled players. I think Shen can be a situational pick to be picked up. And Los Mordredos so far not necessarily winning the CS, but winning the lane.
Yeah, I mean, he is a bit down, but once he catches this wave, I'm sure that number will go very
Yeah.
far up. Yeah, Los Mordredos, great tournament so far, up against Miku, a very strong opponent, and showing up well. Night Fury is going to get faced by Yasa here. Rebreathe is pushed in, so
needs to follow up.
a Shockwave is going to land right on top of the rail. Rebreathe focusing on the cannon, meaning he's not going to throw any abilities to save his jungler. Kill back Night Fury. We talk about how good this player is. He makes something happen for Beast Team Esports in the enemy jungle.
Yeah, Beast Team getting something back for themselves. The first kill did go for the side of Gucci, but yeah, well done there by the new star signing for Beast Team in the jungle. And yeah, that being said, kind of even early game so far for both of these squads. People are farming, people are kind of chilling, but once the Shen has hit his level 6, I'm very curious to see what can Gucci set up with this level 6 Shen.
Yeah, he's already hit that level 6, just as you mentioned, and straight away you can see movements towards this dragon has started. No Orianna ultimate available, and I'm pretty sure Gucci will be aware of that, knowing that that key ultimate is down. Java and Orianna, such a strong pairing, but you know, without the Shockwave, not as powerful. So see, some aggressive setup for this dragon has already started. Scats of the week landing on mid lane as well. So if Syndra can kind of chunk out this Orianna, that will be big as well. Yeah, very quiet early game considering what these two teams were playing like in previous matchups.
Yeah, absolutely. And in this mid lane is actually for Sin. Oh,
yeah,
it's a lot of damage.
So Barmy Cinder completed, doing so much damage to Miku, and the Camilla's chunk, no teleport available, forcing the recall, which is massive when you consider the fact that Shen can just ultimate and teleport to a fight whenever he pleases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can absolutely leverage this disadvantage to go for a Drake, I believe, but they won't. Looks like they won't do that. And yeah, I was about to say that for this Syndra, the passive stacking is a bit more important than the damage in this early game with this Syndra. But look at that. She also deals damage, and yeah, so far Rebreathe again on the Syndra is that guy. He's a problem.
Yeah, massive problem indeed. And the biggest issue here is that, yeah, once again, he's got, speaking of stacks, he's running the first strike as well. First strike is going to clock in for him as well. And Dragon started up. No teleport for Camille. Stand United available for Los Mordredos.
There we go. The damage.
And the damage from Shen is unreal. Why my Shen solo queues not doing this much damage, eh? As yeah, Dragon started up, and no priority in any lanes means that gets secured. Night Fury is not a jungler to be meddled with, so he will respond back with an objective on the other side of the map. So a decent response there from Beast Team.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Danny 8x8 misses a cannon there. And yeah, so far, just Gucci feels like Gucci having a prio in every single lane so far. And Los Mordredos, actually Gucci's solo lanes here so far looking so well, but that's an all-in here for bot lane.
Yeah, bot lane gonna go aggressive here, but it is a Janna Jinx, so not too much
They cannot overstep.
Gonna get dodged away from Algren. So, ooh, nice bait there from Miku to cancel the recall. Yeah, this is probably the first time this game that the bot lane of Beast Team Esports have stepped up, and they seems to have benefited for them. But one person that isn't is Miku here on the Camille. Oh, great hook shot there to get away. Jesse's recall was interrupted, but Algren was able to get his off, and a plate over to Vadamori, which is a great start for him. Mikis, we talked about how good this guy is once those items come in. He has been compared as the amateur version of Reckless. Maybe not the most aggressive laner, but once those items comes in, he can completely take over a team fight. Oh, Rebreathe wants to flash. Talk to me about how important it is that Vadamori goes even in the early game.
Yeah, it's absolutely huge, especially on champion like Jinx. Jinx's early game has been nerfed down so many times, but during the late game, during mid to late game, this champion is an absolute menace here, and getting kind of out in a safe lane here is very, very valuable here for Beast Team Esports. Again, look at the CS scores. Both of the star players so far in this tournament. Vademori and Rebreed both farming up themselves a Storm, and yeah, they will be the difference makers for their squads so far.
Yeah, massive players for both teams. Essentially, so far in the tournament, their main carries is there's a roam coming in from Rebreathe on to Vadamori. Keep eyes on the minimap there to see if any aggressive movements happen. I don't know if Gucci are aware that Night Fury is behind them as well. As Yasa flashes forward, sidestepped away, but Vadamori is getting locked up. Unleash Power is going to bring him to low HP. So the shield is going to keep the AD carry alive. So BC Esports, that's massive. They survive a 4-man gank, and to be able to do that is going to pay dividends for them, as Orianna is going to get a push into the bot lane. The scary thing now is that the bot lane of Beast Team, they are very low HP. Look at the bot lane of Gucci. Both very, very healthy here. Danny 8x8 might be the next focus. Yasa, I feel like if that Q flash from the Rel hit, it would have been disaster. But fortunately for Beast Teams, mechanical mistake. Very unlike 3 Angry Range or Yasa, but yeah, they get away with their lives.
Yeah, they do. But Vademori here is under a lot of pressure here, and he will be forced to go down. I'm not sure if this Jarvan's gank is ever working out here, and he just might be here to reveal the pressure. And actually,
the flash knockup isn't going to quite land. Algren knows you can't gank because your bot lane's 1 HP. He's going to go aggressive onto the back line of BC Team Esports. Double kill already for the Zari. Now Fury next to follow. Teleport in, coming in from Miku, but the Shen is going to try and stay alive. I'm not sure if Miku is focusing the right target there, as Hextech ultimatum onto the Shen is going to finish him off. Orianna managed to get a kill onto the Zeri, but it's a 2 versus 2 now. Rebreathe isn't even here. This is a 4 versus 5, and it looks like Yasa and Jesse are winning out. They take off Miku. Yasa going to turret dive this Orianna. Not too much damage is actually. Danny 8x8 is going to turn around the fight, but so is Yasa. There goes the stasis. Can he survive? And it's an outplay from Danny 8x8 on the Orianna, and he goes 3-0. Outplays the bot and jungle of Gucci, and the kill score goes even 5-5.
It looked so good for Gucci. It looked like they just might absolutely wipe Beast Team Esports in the bot line, but clutches it out. The player that doesn't usually get that much praise with AD carry like that, Danny 8x8 with a huge clutch outplay there, getting it done. The Zonias is perfect, and he will go 3-0-2. Setting up a massive Orianna in this early game.
That was a massive play for Danny 8x8. He goes 3 kills to 0. Does have that mythic item completed, and look, despite the farm lean, despite the plates that Rebreathe was able to get, 3 kills on the board means that this Orianna is so far ahead. Got the needlessly large rod completed as well. So when approaching this upcoming dragon fight, which I'm assuming BC Team Esports will be confident to take, this Orianna is going to be lethal. No Stand United available either for Lost Moderator. Does have the teleport. Camille doesn't have his. So Miku will not be able to join up with his team. Let's see if Lost Moderator can defend against this Camille. I feel like with this matchup here, it gets a lot easier for Camille once those items come in. So we'll see how important this objective fight is.
But I have to acknowledge one thing. I usually don't like to talk about item builds that much, but the Orianna with lots of gold have gone for Ludens here, which against quite a heavy front line from Gucci. I don't think it's the better choice here, but of course, if Orianna is able to land some of these shockwaves onto Algren and onto Jesse, it will be an absolute one-shot ability.
Yeah, of course, the idea here is definitely to focus the back line. You do have a Jarvan, so the Death Ball composition is so easy to pull off. Night Fury goes for a Cataclysm, but it's actually secured away by the Orianna. Danny 8x8 making work happen. Night Fury is going to trade his life for the objective. And although good Chi, they get the kill back, they will lose out on the Dragon. So Beast Team Esports, they get themselves that objective. And more importantly, Lost Moderator arrived to the scene for that play. So Camille will be able to get the entire turret, which is massive for the top side of Beast.
Yeah, just training just 1 kill for 2 objectives. That's a huge play for Beast Team Esports here. And they have to feel pretty lucky to secure it. I think it was the Orion to get it, but WAP's in trouble.
Getting jumped on by Yasser. Algren is going to benefit off that. 3 kills for the AD carry of Good Chi. And it's looking like a fantastic situation for the Belgian ADC. They will now focus down this turret. They lost the turret on the top side, so answering with 1 in the bot is exactly what they need to do.
Yeah, they cannot be baited here, Gucci. They really want a turret, but it's a 2v3, and they finally recognize it. They do have Shen ult. That's a critical ability that might come in handy here.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Jarvan doesn't have ultimate, and Algren will be able to jump to safety. There comes the Shen ult. Stand United already used. Algren pumping out so much DPS. Jesse runs away from the auto-attack blocker. So, we'll go down, but so does Night Fury. It's a 1-for-1 for now. Rebreathe has also teleported to this fight. No one to answer top lane. I'm assuming they'll deploy Yasser to defend that top turret. Trading kills for now, and considering the resources used for Good Chi, I think Beast teams will be really happy with this exchange.
Yeah, not bad for Beast team, definitely. Gucci, maybe the Rebreath's teleport was just a bit too much, but we have praised Rebreathe for his great teleports so far in this tournament, and I think it was one of those moments where he needed to choose between going and not going, and he was like, I might as well go. If I won't, then I might lose more there, and yeah, so far so good, but yeah, maybe a little bit more resources than we would have wanted for Gucci to use.
Yeah, many resources, but one thing I've noticed is this mid lane turret is a very low HP, as Miku is going to find a catch onto Rebreathe. Shockwave is not available yet, but it's not going to be needed, as Miku is just going to explode in a 2-man Shockwave that landed onto Algren, but not that much damage. Maybe you were right about the Luden's Tempest option. It doesn't seem to be doing too much for now. Stun landed onto Danny 8x8. Shutdown going into the hands of Algren. This area is doing so much work. Jarvan ultimate landing onto 2, but it's 2 champions that are able to dash out of the Cataclysm. Lost Midoreto now entering a fight, and Vatamori going to get survived as the shield from Jesse is going to keep his jungler alive. Algren now in the face of Vatamori. This area is hitting. Shutdown goes into the hands of Night Fury. Taught forward. Lost Midoreto will trade a kill back. This fight is so close. Lost Midoreto still brought down to half HP. The stun over near the turret means that Beast Team Esports will back away for now, and it's a 2-for-2, so an equal team fight. Wait, was it a 2-for-2? No, it wasn't. Oh no, Rebreathe died. Yes, it was a 2-for-2. An equal team fight with Beast Team Esports healthier out of the 2 teams. It will get themselves the focus onto this Rift Herald, unless Gucci have something to say about it.
2 best teams of Group 1 going head-to-head, and we are having ourselves an absolute banger so far. They are going toe-to-toe, and it's so equal so far, and we saw the Rebreathe just getting assassinated at the beginning of the team fight by Miku here, and yeah, this Camille maybe not starting the game that well, but has scaled into an absolute monster.
Yeah, the thing about the Camille here, whilst you might not be doing too much to the Shen, as soon as you get yourself on anyone else, you're going to do so much work. See there, you know, we were watching the trades against Lost Midoreto, and it was like, wow, this Camille is so weak. Instantly jumps onto Rebreathe, 1 shot, and that's the power of the Camille. That's why teams like to pick this champion, because, you know, it can scale and deal with the tanks later on, but you know, once the first mythic comes in, you can just one-shot any backline champion, and Rebreathe was the victim of that. Does get taken down. Herald did get secured by Beast as well, so that's going to be massive, especially considering a dragon spawning soon. Because how important is this Drake for both teams?
I'd say so far we have seen both of these teams showing great team fighting abilities, and with I think if WAP is in a bit of...
Oh my god.
Yeah, WAP gets chunked out absolutely here, and with the dragon spawning soon, Gucci will get a priority because the support will be forced to recall here, and yeah, I was about to say, I think Beast Team might need to just concede this because their Jinx is very close to the...
He's kind of whiffed the combo. The jump over the wall was not completed, but Algren is so powerful. He's going to jump aggressively. Shockwave onto 2. It's going to land. Algren is completely wiped off the map. This is the go button for Beast Team Esports. Rebreathe is the only one alive. Unleash power onto Danny 8x8, but the Shockwave seems to have done enough. It's going to be the team fight win for coming in for Beast Team Esports. Rebreathe has nothing to do. Scatter the Weak is great, and he's going to dodge away from some spells, but that's not enough. Algren goes a little bit too aggressive, gets knocked up by the Shockwave, and the Baron buff is going to be opened up for Beasts.
I don't think they can get the Baron just yet without Jinx, but yeah, that's a huge overstep. Gucci trying to use the misstep by Yasuo here to kind of engage onto the Vadamori, but yeah, this Orianna here, we talked about the build, that it is kind of like a one-shot build, and we're not sure if it will help them a lot against these frontliners, but it definitely helps against these backliners, as both of the Gucci botliners get absolutely destroyed in that team fight.
Yeah, they do indeed, but look at the teleport. That is Rebreathe on the Syndra. I'm not sure if this is the most well-advised TP, as he's just in that quarter, but look who's arrived. It's the rest of the team. Lost Marina gets a torn off onto Night Fury. Keep your eyes on Algren. Here's the carry for Gucci, but another Shockwave is so goddamn good as a triple kill landing in for Vadamori quadra kill, and he's gonna get popped off on the Jinx. 6 kills to 3. This has to be the Baron for Beasts.
Yeah, absolutely. It will be a Baron right now. They have the Jinx ready, and the ultimate is going just past Rebreathe. I think if he would have hit it, that would have been a pentakill, and it is another one of those classic performances by Vadamori here. It's supported by Danny 8x8. It's massive damage. So yeah, Beast Team Esports showing up why they are rated as the best team going into this tournament, and even after dropping that game against Black Manta, they are a force to be reckoned with.
They are a force to be reckoned with as well, and I have to say, we've been so complimentary of Rebreathe's teleports, but that, in the words of an LEC caster, I don't remember who it was, that TP sucked, it sort of sucked Gucci to fight in an unfavorable situation, and I understand the point. You were trying to catch people off guard on resets, but you kind of just teleport on Syndra into the entire enemy team. It's a sticky situation there, and Gucci, now they've just kind of dropped the ball on what was a very evenly contested game, and despite the game not being completely done for now, Vadamori picked up a quadra kill in that fight. Infinity Edge already completed. I think it might just about be even to with items to Algren, but nonetheless, very scary situation here for Gucci, as Vadamori, the last thing you want is this guy with an item spike, and there he has it. Gucci, they seem to be running out of options now. Nothing seems to be working for them.
Yeah, they are just not able to secure these picks. Once the teamfight starts, they are jumping forward. They want to make things happen, but what is waiting for them there is the Danny 8x8's Orianna ball, but he's getting assassinated here.
Shutdown coming in the hands of Rebreathe. It's going to be massive here. Night Fury did not save the kill for the Jinx, so will get the kill himself. Instead, 1-for-1 is not too bad when you consider the fact that Gucci are making a play onto Miku. Algren now pops the ultimate, and this kill going over to him. A shutdown to the Zeri is going to be exactly what Gucci needed to get back into this game. See, BC Esports understand multiple members of Gucci onto the bot lane, meaning that they can push this through. Jesse gets hit by the zap. Another wave left, but no wave clear, as Jesse is just a Lulu, so they won't be able to defend this for now. The WAP tanking up a turret shot. So does Vadamori. Yasuo around. It could potentially look for a fight. The flashback that's to Manta too. That's exactly what Gucci asked for their jungler. Night Fury forced to flash away. Not flash away, but flag and drag away. So they will try to get away, but beautiful engage coming out from the jungler of Gucci. Forcing the flash from Vadamori as well. Gucci, they find ways to get back into this game as Beast overextend on multiple fronts.
Yeah, I have to say, they do get some turrets. They do use their Baron buff quite fine, but they do lose a lot as well. The shutdown on the Camille, the outplay on 1v1 against Danny 8x8, I believe that was another shutdown. Then the kill onto the WAP. Gucci is definitely fighting back. They are in a difficult position. They are in a position where none of the choices are necessarily very, very good, but they're fighting, and Rebreathe dodges the stun, but I think this is a difficult fight.
Oh, wait a minute, but with the Stand United, that could be a different story. Miku using the pressure that he has and the power on the Camille, forcing the ultimate out of Lost Moderator is massive, as Rebreathe rage quits at the fact that he didn't kill anyone, but it would just be a pause, as it wasn't a rage quit, guys. I was joking. Mid DC, meaning that Rebreathe will have to hit the reset button on whatever system he has, but No Shen ultimate available for a Gucci in this fight. This is a sole point if Beast Team Esports secure this. I'm gonna turn on the dragon timer. Yeah. You know, massive stakes. I mean, actually, it's in 1 minute 10. I'm assuming this ultimate comes back in time. No, I don't think it does. 1:30. Yeah, no, it doesn't come back in time. Shen ultimate is 2 minutes recall. 2 minutes cooldown right now, and Dragon's spawning in 1 minute 10 seconds. Very tough situation here for Gidchi.
Yeah, but I have to say that the Shen ultimate is kind of a ability that is valued by the fact that he can go over the map, and right now he can just join up with the team with the teleport or with just by walking here, and yeah, I think he still can utilize his champion here. It's not that big of a deal if he is here, and yeah, so far we're looking that it's basically going to be all about if who can get the pick off, and
yeah,
that's another
bit
mistake.
of a whiff of a combo from Yasa means that Rebreathe is going to get taken down, and unfortunately, oh gosh, the spectate bug, and unfortunately for Yasa, it's now a 1v1 against the Camille. I don't know if that's well advised. The WAP has now arrived, and this Camille is doing so much damage. Lost Minaretto with a great taunt. Algren has to hit the recall because their base is in shatters right now. Lost Minaretto is basically going to die here. It's a 1 versus 2. Members of Chi are going to recall. A mechanical misplay from Yasa means the death of Rebreathe and a potential end of the game. Mom goes Sky, oh, not Mom goes Sky, but Miku is going to find another Hextech ultimatum as Lost Minaretto is going to fall. Killing spree coming in for the Jarvan as Yasa was taken down. Now Jesse is next to follow, and it looks like Gucci are collapsing at the seams. Such a, you know, what could have been such a good play. Oh, we just get the shutdown. Algren actually getting a kill onto the Orianna as well. But a bit of a disaster for Gucci. Algren jumping forward aggressively onto Vadamori. What the fuck was that? Okay, sure. It looks like Gucci. They are making such mechanical errors all across the board. If Yasa just, you know, press the buttons in the right order, Rebreathe doesn't die there. Maybe Miku dies, but instead, make a mistake. Rebreathe dies. They get everything on the map. 2 inhibitors. Then Algren kind of loses his mind. Flashes over the wall into 3 people. Dies. Gets another kill onto Vadamori. They lose the dragon. And it's just a series of errors from Gucci.
Yeah, a bit of maybe lack of focus. Gucci not in a game where they have to win this game, right? They would like to win this game, but it's not as high of a stakes game for them. Maybe it might be something to do with that, but I have to say, Yasa here is struggling a lot on this rail pick so far, and yeah, that spells a little bit of trouble for Gucci because that's a flex pick that can do a lot of damage here, and if your jungler is struggling on it, it can spell trouble. But yeah, so far we see a bigger trouble here is the fact that Algren is often caught out, and yeah, and we see that's
my mic was muted. But yeah, no, the fight is breaking out. Jesse is already dead. Lost Minaretto next on the menu. This is the target for Beast. Yasa is going to try and defend. Beautiful scatter of the week. And it's almost going to bring Night Fury down to low HP. Rebreathe is going to be the key man for Gidchi to keep their hopes alive for that first place spot. With Rebreathe now putting his attention to this bot inhibitor, it does mean Beast Team Esports, they open up the potential for the Baron buff. You can see the carries of Gidchi are strong. But the other parts of this team composition just aren't quite on the board. Jesse taken out by an instant with the Jarvan Orianna combination. Looks like Baron is going to get taken down. Miku now going aggressive. Danny 8x8 flashing forward. I'm not sure this is the angle that they want to take here. This might be the angle for Gucci to pick up some shutdowns. No shutdown available on the Orianna, but Danny 8x8 gets taken down by Algren. Despite the efforts made by Beast teams to punish the overstep, they actually will fall themselves, so tiny victory for Gucci there.
Yeah, I have to acknowledge, even though Gucci has made many mistakes this game, they are doing some of the right things as well. They are playing from back quite fine, actually. It's not the end of the world. They do get themselves some kills, some shutdowns, but still, that being said, very dirty game so far from Gucci, just making so many unforced errors, and it's going to mean the Dragon Soul is going to be absolutely free for the Beast Team esports as well. And so far, Beast Team looks like they are in a prime position to take the first place in Group 1. Not sure if there's that much Gucci can do. They don't even have the tools to match champions like the Camille at this point of the game.
Yeah, they don't indeed. But, I mean, the big scare for them, for Gucci, is that this is where Vadamori strives the most. The late game, 30 minutes now. The 3.5 items completed. This is Vadamori's comfort zone. This is where Vadamori really pops off in his games. It's now a chance for Beast Team Esports to close this out and get first place. They start putting their attention to this bot lane turret. Inhibitor not available for Gucci in mid and top, meaning bot lane is the only focus that they have to pay attention to. This could be a game-ending team fight here, as Yasa is going to have to play defense for his back line. Super Mega Death Rocket is going to bring Rebreathe down to half HP, flashing away from the Camille combo, meaning a potential angle for Rebreathe to carry this fight. And a massive scatter of the week. It's going to land on top of multiple members. This could be the angle for Gucci to get back into this game. There is no support available. Algren jumping forward aggressively, but healthy members still. Vadamori is alive. Rebreathe going to land a Q and a taunt onto one from Los Minareto. He's going to finish off the Orianna. Vadamori is going to get taken down. The shutdown goes to Jesse. No! I mean, literally across the shutdown going over to Jesse. So, potential angle now for Gucci to potentially get back into this game. They did. Oh no, they lost both Nexus turrets. So, it's going to be just as easy for Beast Team Esports to close this game out. And what a disaster there. That was 1,000 gold potentially in the hands of Syndra. But Jesse said, I want more KDA. Flashes forward. I don't know, it was E or something. But yes.
Yeah,
unfortunate situation.
I mean, I feel like the shutdown that I'm not sure. It looked like Vadamori that was about to escape. So I don't blame Jesse there for the play he went for, rather to kill it and get the gold than not kill him at all. That being said, it would have been much better in the hands of Syndra, but have to acknowledge, even in defeat, not in defeat, even when from behind, Rebreathe there. I think he channeled his ultimate, got the orbs in the right position, and then just hit a massive scatter of the week on 4 or 5 people there, kind of setting up the good team fight that Gucci saw there. And right now they're down just 6k gold. I think they were down 10k at one point in the game. They keep fighting. They are fighting back, and they are finding themselves a potential pick in the top side, but not yet.
Yeah, well, Ocean Dragon is going to get taken down, which means the Ocean Soul, and despite that fight looking good, it's starting to become increasingly more difficult. This is the comfort zone for this Beast Team roster. Very little options left for Gucci. They don't have Nexus turrets. All Beasts need to do is run through the base and slowly break down these last remaining inhibitors. And now the push through comes in. Night Fury over the wall. Yasuo gonna land a stun. Level 14 to level 17 is the jungle differential here. You know, look at the damage coming out from Vadamori. He's popped the ghost. He's going ahead. Scatter the week isn't good this time. As a Rebreathe is going to get taken down. Shut down now. Jinx is taken off, but there's no Nexus turrets available. So, Beast Team Esports, they're just going to focus down the Nexus. They might be losing out in the team fight, but they take down the Nexus. They deny the undefeated run, and they claim first place in this group.